Hi everyone, this is Cody Smith. Welcome to my channel, Cody Smith, Peer Support with Christ. I just want to let everyone know, just like I said in my previous video, I want everyone to know the truth of what life is like with a disability because our lives are really no different than anyone else's because we all have our own struggles and problems, strengths and weaknesses that we have to accommodate and work around in order to do the activities of daily living in the way that works best for each of us. I'm just trying to give you a first-hand, true account of what life is like instead of just a speculation. Like a doctor would say, well, we've diagnosed this person with this disability, like diagnosing me with cerebral palsy, and then assuming, well, okay, then that must mean he's going to have trouble with this, and this. And, we could expect that this is going to happen or we speculate this might happen to where like the second you're diagnosed with something they basically assume they have your life pretty much scripted out. And but again, as humans, neither one of us know that, and we have to wait and see what happens. Are we going to get the proper treatments, surgery, therapy, and things like that, and how are things going to work for us? Like what are we gonna be good at? What are we gonna struggle with? What milestones are we gonna overcome? What milestones are we not gonna be able to overcome? And that's gonna vary person to person, case to case, even if we do have the same disability. And it's gonna be, what does each individual person need to help them overcome the restraints that are holding them back from doing certain tasks that they're struggling to overcome, which will again vary person to person and case to case. And that means that we have to work hard to figure out how we can best live our own lives independently and what we need in order to be truly independent. And that is what I'm getting at both with my book and with my videos because I want society to understand that we as people with disabilities can be independent. It's just that we may need certain tools to enable us to do so. We may need to change our methods and our tactics, as I've said before, just because we're facing a slightly different circumstance. And that's all that matters. But that does not take away from our humanity, make us any less human or weaker or dumber or anything else. It just means that we're having to do things our own way based on these extra circumstances that we had no control over. We have to work through them the best way we can, just like anybody else with any other circumstance. So, that is why I'm also inviting everyone to join me on my Google Meet link and have a face to face discussion about this and see what, they can learn and what we can learn from them. And maybe we could help each other out and come up with plans. And that's what peer support is about, is we help each other by talking it through, whether it's somebody who's in or has been in the same or similar situation that we have, and we could actually figure out, okay, what do we need and where are we and what are we truly struggling with in the path from where we are to reaching our goal. How are we going to work around the roadblocks, get them out of the way, and how are we going to, work around and avoid the pitfalls and get out of them if we happen to fall into them. And that's pretty much the whole situation that I'm getting at with all of these videos and everything that I've done. And honestly, I would love to be able to help both people with and without disabilities and have people without disabilities learn from us our side of the situation and also be able to help us so that we can work together as a single human team As I've said before, because our disabilities do not take away our humanity, they just change the way we use our human qualities and characteristics due to these extra circumstances. And that is what I'm really getting at. And again, I'll leave the link to my Google Meet link in the description of this video. And I welcome all questions and comments. I hope to engage in a live discussion via the Google Meet link with people so that you can learn firsthand from us what life is like and have at least some firsthand account. Even if we can't speak for everyone, we could at least tell you our stories. Maybe you could tell us yours, and then we can learn from each other and learn how we can best help each other. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.